Right, so back here to carry on decorating this outside, and as any of you know that watched yesterday's video, there was some real rough edges come down here after these doors had been put in and someone had sort of made it good. So I bought some plastic beads, put some render grip down the edge, and so I'm going to set these. I had to cut these right back, these wings, just to sort of get it in shallow. But I think the best I can do is set them on there nice and straight. I might even put a little bit of foam behind it and set them on, and then try and make it in. It's never going to be perfect, but it's going to have to be better than what it was, because there's no way I'm going to get a paint line along there. So anyway, let's get on with that. In the end, I didn't do the beads. I put them on quickly and then I took them off. I just realised I was creating so much more work for myself, and you know, I'm only here to decorate it. I'm not the plasterer. So what I did, I had some white K-Ren, so I just mixed it up and just floated it round, really, just give it like a bit of a smoother edge, like a rounded edge there, and then let that dry for a day, and that seems to come out all right. So what I did put the beads on, and it was just ridiculous. You can't plant beads onto stuff like that, you know, they've got to be set in, but it was just me overthinking, really. So I just thought, how much work am I going to create for myself here by putting beads on it? I'm only here to decorate it. So I took the beads off, and what I did, I used my tape line that I already had, and I had some white K-Ren in the van. So I just put that on, I just rounded that into it and just give it a little bit of a round over finish. And that looked really well, actually, and this is before the paint, so you can see it's drying in well. So I think the next little video is just me giving it a quick coat of paint, and then I'll show you without the tape on it. But it looked well, actually. I would have liked to have given it square edges, because the big bifold doors along the other side, back of the house there, they had like square, they'd put beads on that. But I wasn't going to go to all that trouble. That's the trouble. When you're a plasterer, you're always looking at things through plasterer's eyes. But I only priced just to decorate this, and that took loads of fill in this job. There was loads to fill. A lot of the patchwork wasn't the best, so I just spent so much time filling. So here's them door edges now, all crisp and painted, and I don't think they can complain with that. I'll try and stick a picture in with this video of what it did look like before I sort of done this to it. So yeah, it wasn't the best house to paint through plasterer's eyes, really. I'll show you around the side now in a minute, I think. And you can see just how rough the render is on here. So this is going around the side, and this is with loads of filling and making good in here. You can see the state of the render. It's horrendous, really. And as a plasterer, you want it to look as best you can, but what do? I'm only pricing to paint it, so. And that had a lot of extensive filling and rubbing down, and of course then you're creating two different textures then. And then you're trying to get the sponge out and try and sponge your filler on so it looks like the old texture. Just a nightmare, really. But anyway, the customer's really pleased with it. Well, peeps. All right, my peeps. All right, peeps. My peoples. All right, guys. Oh, it's funny. I must just say, guys. Everyone calls each other guys, don't they? Very. I don't know. I know a lot of YouTube presents. Hi, guys. How you doing, guys? Hey, you guys. And when you do YouTube, you almost get forced into saying that, because it's a very quick way just to say, hello everyone, how you doing? How you doing, guys? It's a very short word, it's very easy to say. But it's become very annoying. And last week, me and my wife went into a cafe, so I've got to be really careful here, it's a real blind little country bed. Me and my wife went into a cafe. I'm a piss taker, really. For you know, I know I can have the piss taken out of me. I've got a silly bit of hair, sticky out ears, but I'm very observant, and I'm a bit of a piss taker, really. And we went in this cafe, and it was, oh, look at the size of this lorry coming up. Trying to go up someone's drive. Which I absolutely hate doing that. I feel like I'm a piss taker. I'm sure I've seen it a million times before down this little lane. Just give them a wave. They're looking at me thinking who's that idiot in the white van. Anyway, back to the story. So I'm down a little country lane, and it's literally wide enough for one vehicle. And then there's a haulage lorry coming up in front of me. And there's nowhere to go back, nowhere to go forward. So I had to pull on someone's drive. And it's really not me to do that. I really hate taking the piss. But like I just said, I'm sure the people that live there have seen it a million times before. But anyway, back to the story. In the cafe, and we were served by this older lady. She had a little funny face anyway. She had a funny face. She spoke a bit like this. So she had a little funny face, little pug face, and spoke a bit like this. And that's fair enough. But what really tickled me is... bless her cotton socks. She had this hairdo, right? She had the sort of hairdo that you'd see on an American female politician. Is it like Sarah Palin? Them? They had that real big, overblown, down to about there, but really bouffanted out. And she had this little funny face. She looked like once she was in the shower, she probably looked like a Yorkshire Terrier that's got wet. And I pick up things like that. My wife wouldn't have even noticed it, but I picked it up straight away. And you know what it's like, whenever you're having dinner now somewhere, just as you get a mouthful of food in, someone wants to come and say, how's your meal? Which she did. So we're eating our breakfast, having a chat, we're only in a cafe. She come over with this great big head, funny little face, and she said, sorry, I can't get it out of my head. The only way I get it out of my head is if to spell it out to you. She came over and she said, is everything alright with your breakfast, guys? Like she like she was this trendy sort of waitress. Oh dear, it was funny. She was older. And she was probably sort of, you know, it was a Sunday, bless her cotton socks, and she's probably having to do it for a bit of money. But it did make me laugh. It really made me laugh. Everything alright with your breakfast, guys? It's a great big Sarah Palin head. Made me laugh. Anyway, that's the end of that outside job. That's the end of my outside work now for this year. Cheers, mate. Cheers, guys. Cheers. I'm waiting at a 1 in, 1 out crossing, so it's my turn to wait, so I'm just waving to him. Cheers, guys. So yeah, that's the end of the that's the end of the outside work, and I'm back indoors now. Oh, thank God for that. That's a job I never wanted to take on really, but the people were a bit desperate. I felt decorator that they were using for the inside didn't have time to do the outside, and obviously they want to get it all done for the end of the year before the weather turns bad. And do you know what? All the days I've been there, I think that's took me 8 or 9 days. I've only had 1 day of rain. The rest have been fantastic days. Which, as you guys will know, it's a rarity at this time of year in this country to have that many days without rain, especially when you're trying to get an outside done. But anyway, back indoors next week. Plastering on Monday. Get plastering repairs on Tuesday. Plastering Wednesday and Thursday, I think. Just all plastering. I'll be sick of that by the end of the week. Anyway, that's time to go for the one way now. Cheers, guys. So now I'm off to Tesco's to get a bit of a din-dins, and I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, mate. I really do, you know. I hope your cork gets popped, mate. And I shall see you. You can tell I'm happy. You know when you get that euphoria at the end of a job that's a bit of a poncy job and you're really in it deep, and then you come out the end of it and you're free. And nice customers, send me your details straight away, I'll pay you straight away, which is what you want to hear. So I'm on a little bit of the end of the job high at the minute, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and get some nice din-dins in Tesco's, and I shall probably see you all Monday. Take care, guys. Bye.